we're going to talk about Linux CTFs. All right, who am I? I'm Joe. I'm a second-year CSEC major from the great place of Long Island. I'm in the pep band. I play the tenor saxophone. That's me holding a sign. I'm part of CSH's e-board and one of the sysadmins, so I do a lot with their like Proxmox and OKD clusters. Primarily, I like to do stuff involving Linux Blue Team. I write a lot of Python scripts to kind of automate what I do. And I'm a proud Mac user, and I write Rust. You can argue with me about it all you want. Rust is better than Go. Sorry, Max. All right, first one, easy one. This one said, I created a file the other day, but I can't seem to find it. I think it was in my home folder, and it gives you a login. This one kind of goes over how to log into Linux, what's a home dir, and how to find hidden files and directories. So this is just kind of how you log in. It shows you the prompt once you eventually get through booting. You enter the username and password, and you get a cool bash shell. What is a home dir? So whenever you make an account on Linux, typically in etc password, it will put a route to a path to a home dir, which is a folder, which is where the user's files are supposed to be in. Once again, so we found an etc password, and traditionally the environment variable home will have it, or if you just do cd tilde, it will send you to your home dir. So here's an example of showing echo home gives you home mitsec. Same thing if you do cd tilde, or sometimes even just saying cd will do it. So you get there and you type ls, and you don't see easy one, and you're like, oh no, it's gone. That's a lie. Any folder or file with a dot in the front is a hidden file, and to find them you must do ls-tach-a, or to save time to get better formatting, I just recommend doing ls-tach-lah, ls-tach-la. Saves your life. You see everything. You see permissions, you see file sizes, and it's all listed out pretty nice. And then once you do ls-tach-la, you see easy one. It was hidden. And you use cat, which is used to print out the file contents, and you get flag 1. Any questions about flag 1 from anyone who did it? No? Solid. Easy 2, this one went over downloading from the internet. The file command to understand what it is, running it, permissions, and troubleshooting. This was a fun one. Downloading from the internet, you can use either curl or wget. Curl will require you to add tach-go in the file name to add the contents to a file. Wget, for stuff like this, will just automatically give you a file name and give you the file, assuming that it is one. Yeah, so either of these methods work. I show using both here. Right here is using curl. I named it easy2 curl, and then wget just named it easy2, and they were both made in the directory I was in. So now you have this file, and you're like, what is it? That's what the file command does. When you use file and a path, it'll use a directory, it'll tell you if it's a system link, it'll tell you if it's an executable. So here it says elf 64-bit LSB executable, so it's something we should be running. Also, this wasn't on screen because it was too big for a screenshot, but whoever did this voted in Go and not Rust. That was me. Yeah, don't. Sorry. Yeah, so you go to run the file. To run things that aren't like in your path, such as something in your directory, you have to specify /, or it's going to try and search your path and say, what's easy2? But you do that, and it's saying permission denied. And you're like, why? Why is permission denied? Well, back to ls-tach-la, you see here, those are the permissions. And that looks confusing to anyone who hasn't used Linux before. So we get into permissions again. So as you can see, messed up. X is the executable tag, and tach means it does not have that permission. The first RWX is owner user, second is owner group, and third is anyone else. Looking back to it, there is no X. It is dash out. So we do not have permission right now to execute this file. To add it back, we use chmod. We can either do u plus x, which adds executable to the user, or if you do the fun binary method, you can say 754, and it'll add executable. I did it to both of these just to show. And that way, now you are able to actually execute it with permissions. But wait, there's more. You execute it, and it tells you, cannot read myname.txt. So doing some troubleshooting, you think, if I make a file in myname.txt, maybe it'll do it. So I made the file, and then you do EC2, and it gives you the flag. Any questions on EC2? Solid. All right, medium one, this one was the find command. Find will find any file based on a given criteria. I didn't realize there was a medium one folder, so I did file /, which searches the entire file system. And then if you say tac name and a file name, it'll search for any files with that name. You also see here I add to > symbol dev null. If you're not running this as sudo, anything you have permission to, it will just start spamming like permission denied. So this dumps all standard error into dev null, which is the endless abyss where nothing comes out. So that helps you clear that up, clear your screen. Running this, you get 3 different options, 3 different flags. So then I catted all of them and was able to parse between flag 0, flag 1, and flag 2. Kind of just put them together, and I created the flag. Medium 2, I was told that doing demos was the path to success. Path, commonly in both Windows and Linux, is where most common binaries will be. If you type in ipconfig, ifconfig, it will by default search whatever's in your path first for that binary, and if it can't find it, it will say, I don't know what you're talking about. You can find it by using the environment variable path. So I echoed it, saw a bunch of them, and then just started LSing around, seeing what I could find in there. I started finding things like part 1, part 2, and then kind of just by searching each one by one, you eventually get all pieces of the flag. Hard one, it appears that multiple people can join this computer. This uses the etc password file. This is where registered users are kept track of, things such as their UID number, default GID number, home dir, if they have a password, not all kept in etc password. Right, there's a source to more information on it. If there's other users on the system as it's hinting at, we should be able to find it in here. So you go into you go into etc password, and you can see the vitsec user. You can even see, oh, what's this user named rs who am I? That looks like a flag. And you obtain it. And finally, hard2, I don't know what this file is. This uses, once again, file, gzip, and tar. So tar and gzip are different file compression formats. And some of them, I believe it's tar, it will only let you decompress if it has the file extension .tar. Otherwise, it will just yell. So when I found the hard2 file, which was in the home directory, it said, this is gzip compressed data. So gzip was the one who acquired the file extension. So to rename files in the Linux system using command line, there's no rename command. You simply move it to itself. So I moved hard2 to hard2.gz, so it had the extension. Then gzip tacd decompresses gzip files. So then that gave me hard2 again. I then ran file again to see what it was, and it was a tar archive. So then tar xf will decompress tar, and then I got hard2 again, ran file, it was ASCII text, ran cat hard2, and I had the flag. Any questions on any part of the CTF? No? Epic.